Here we are getting to lesson 12, which is a very different topic, and this is very interesting. So, today we are going to talk about the conjunctive adverbs. It's not related to the different types of sentences that we will learn from the previous lessons, or it doesn't relate to the verbals or infinitive, gerund, or anything that we learned. It's a completely different topic, and you might have seen this before, but I'm going to show you how to use the conjunctive adverbs and what they are. What's important about that one? It's not a kind of sentence that we have. It's only a word that has a specific function in a sentence. So in order to know how to use them, you have to have more information about the types of like a compound sentence that we have two dependent independent clauses that are connected with a coordinating conjunction like but, so, and, nor, yet. You have to be knowledgeable about them, and they are covered by my other friends like in other previous courses, or you can just go search for information about them to just understand this topic, which is conjunctive adverbs. At first, let's take a look at these words that we have here. Common conjunction adverbs like accordingly, also, besides, consequentially, conversely, finally, furthermore, however, indeed, instead. I'm not gonna read all of them. You can see them, and they are what we are gonna talk about. Conjunction adverbs are parts of speech that are used to only connect one clause to another, and they are also used to show sequence, contrast, cause and effect, and other relationships to provide smooth transition from one idea to another. What we mean here is that the conjunctive adverbs are only words that connect two clauses, two independent clauses, that each of these clauses has its verb and its subject. They are very independent, but to make connection between them, to make them related together, so we can use these conjunctive adverbs. Before, um, we had we had in the other courses, we had like coordinating conjunctions, like you can call them fanboys, for, but, nor, so, yet. They are conjunctions, coordinating conjunctions that connect two independent clauses, but to give more meaning to the sentence and to make it more clear and formal, or to express the bigger ideas, you can use these common conjunction adverbs instead of saying but, so, or so on. Additional rules for using conjunction adverbs. Here we have some rules like how to use them. Always use period or semicolon before the conjunction adverbs when separating to independent clauses, because they are not strong enough to join independent clauses without supporting punctuation. Okay? They give a very strong meaning to the sentence, but they are not very strong as a word to be used independently in a sentence. Like we have to use comma to make differentiate between it and the other clauses in a sentence. You can use semicolon, like here we have the semicolon, and after that we have comma to differentiate it with the other clauses. But we can it's most common that to use period, like we put period and we start another clause by using these conjunctive adverbs. They are actually not adverbs, but they are acting like adverbs because you can move them around. So you can use here, you can use it in a different places in a sentence. Use comma behind conjunctive adverbs when they appear at the beginning of a sentence's second clause. This is also talks about the using comma. If a conjunctive adverb appears in the middle of a clause, it should be enclosed in commas most of the time. In commas most of the yeah. If it's coming at the middle of the sentence, if it's not a beginning, if it comes at the beginning, you have to use only one comma after the word. But if it's in the middle, we have to use semicolon and then comma, or we have to use two commas together to separate it from the second and from the first clause. I think it's clear for you because the only main purpose for them is to separate or to come and make connections between two sentences or two independent clauses, and then we can take a look at some examples, but here we have notes. Let's look to know what we have here. We knew that it can join two clauses and that behaves like a coordinating conjunctions. Yeah, as we said, coordinating conjunctions are but, and, or, nor, and so on. Connecting to complete ideas, yeah. Notice, however, that you need a semicolon, not a comma, to connect the two clauses. Okay, when we have coordinating conjunctions but, nor, so, and so on, we have to use only one comma. You don't need anything to use. They are coming in the middle of a sentence, and you have to only use one comma. But what's different here is that you have to use a semicolon, and then we have to have a comma, not only one comma. Have to have a semicolon and then put a comma. Here's the main clause, which is the first clause, and we have the main clause, which is the second one. You may don't know that what I'm talking about here, but later we are going to look at the examples and that would be more clear for you. Let me zoom it in. Okay. The second note, it can also introduce, interrupt, or conclude a single main clause. Okay. This is basically talking about the meaning of them in the sentence. In this situation, you will often need commas to separate the conjunctive adverb from the rest of the sentence. Okay, if it concludes a sentence, it comes at the last of a sentence, at the end of the sentence. But if it introduces a sentence, so like we have here, it comes at the very beginning. It should start with capital letter because it's a new sentence, and we have to use only one comma because it's at the beginning of the other clause. It's not in the middle to use semicolon here. If the break is weak, don't use comma. Weak interruption, no comma. Here in these two examples, oh, I just forgot this example. Paul was supposed to take his biology midterm, and instead he was flirting with the pretty waiters at the coffee house. So you can see that here it shows the contraction by using instead. He doesn't do something, but he does do something else. Let's go back to this one. If the break is too weak, it means that if you're writing or you're speaking, not speaking, if your writing is not formal and you speak about something that's not formal and it connects to your daily life, you don't have to use comma when writing something. You can just use it randomly in a sentence without using comma. Like we have here, she called to say her car would not start. He will therefore have to walk to school. Or if we have weak interruption, the long noodle splashed tomato sauce all over the front of Adam's shirt Ordering pasta was a mistake indeed. So as the result, um, doing this action was a mistake. So indeed means actually here in this sentence. So it's not a very formal writing, so you can use it without comma. But you must use comma if it's formal and yeah, if it's a serious case, a serious occasion. Here we have some exercises, some examples. Choose the best answer to complete each sentence. To know about this, you have to understand the meaning, and you can just put the sentence back into the into the compound form by using coordinating conjunctions like but, so, or, nor, things like that to make it more easy for you. So you need to put more effort to your work. Dash, we have semicolon here, blank and comma. You won't get a passing grade. You need to put more effort to your work. We cannot say moreover because it's used to like to add more information. You can say otherwise you won't get a good grade. You cannot use useless, you cannot use instead because it's not a contraction. It shows the result. You want to get a good grade, so you can say otherwise. We may have different choices, but what's perfect here is otherwise. Okay, I'm gonna leave these two for you, and then we will go back and talk about them. Let's take a look. There you go. Here is a millionaire. He is a millionaire, semicolon dash comma. His brother is always flat broke. If we use coordinating conjunction here, you can say he is a millionaire, but his brother is always flat broke. Like here, it shows the contraction between these two clauses. This is a perfect sentence, like it has its subject and its verb. And here is also a perfect clause that it has its subject and also its verb. And to make connections between them, you can use the one of them that's best for this blank here that complete the meaning of these two clauses or make connections between them. Can you say he's a millionaire accordingly his brother is always flat broke? No, you cannot say. You cannot say again because it's not showing the repetition of something. Likewise, it's not perfect because it's showing the contrast, the contraction between them. You can say in contrast. This is pretty easy to determine. He's a millionaire. In contrast, his brother is always flat broke, or you can say but. The last one, um, he felt he could not tell the truth about what happened, semicolon dash comma, he lied. He felt he could not tell the truth about what happened, so he lied. What we can use instead of saying so? Let's look. In contrast, he lied. Likewise, he lied. Instead, he lied. And doubtedly, he lied. Which one is perfect? You can say instead. He couldn't do this, but instead, he lied. For in contrast, let's see it. He felt he could not tell the truth about what happened. In contrast, he lied. When we make contraction, we have to have two same things. So he lied here and no, um, this choice is much more perfect. So you can say instead. He didn't do this thing, so instead he lied. Um, um, this is what this lesson contains. I think it's pretty easy to get. This is so flexible to get into your mind. You can just review and search for more information, and you can practice yourself. And if your understanding and your meaning is understanding by the meaning is perfect or is good, that would be better for you to choose the perfect and the best answer. And if it's not, um, you can find clues in the sentence to understand and to get to the meaning. This is enough for today. I will go over the last lesson for you. I'm gonna prepare it for you, so I have to go now. So, goodbye. Hope you have a good day.